what sharks actually think of humans.
They're such they can't even breathe underwater.
Me when someone from the Green Party knocks on my door and asks me for my support.
I'd like to see every endangered species wiped off the face of the earth.
Me and Miami cuddles whenever he appears on my live streams.
I have the right to change the subject.
What right do you have to change the subject? You didn't start the subject, why should you change it?
I didn't start it, but I'll change it.
You're not changing it.
What I said in my last job interview at the end when they asked if I had any questions for them.
Do you think whales and dolphins are more intelligent than human beings?
And this is me when someone tells me their name is Stephen, spelt with a PH.
Stick your H up your arse, mate.
Hi guys, welcome back to the show today. A new concept here, a new concept in YouTube. It's going to be one fragrance, one watch, and one beer. So I'm going to talk about a great fragrance that you may not know, a wristwatch that you might be interested in. It's going to be a vintage, classic, amazing, high-quality watch today, and a lovely, great beer that you can buy, hopefully, in many places around the world. Mostly going to go for ones that are widely available, but very, very high quality. A bit more interesting than your usual, your Budweisers, your Fosters, your Stella. Bit more exclusive than those, but not massively expensive or hard to find. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think of the new content in the comments down below. Here we go. Let's flip the camera angle and get stuck into this. Okay, everyone. So we're going to talk about a new arrival in my collection, which I've tried before and had a lot of people keep saying, why don't you get this one? Why don't you review this one? And today I'll give at least a first impressions, and I have some memories of smelling it before. So we're going to talk about a great new addition to my collection. Then I'm going to talk about my new watch that came, a really great new watch that I've got, and a beer. So it's one fragrance, one watch, and one beer. A new thing on my channel. Let me know if you think it's a good thing or not. I'm very intrigued to know your honest opinions. Here we go then, guys. So this is the package which has arrived today. I got this one on eBay. It's still widely available. It's not discontinued or anything. So let's get stuck into it. So we are going to unpack this thing. I'm just going to get the scissors in there, snip across the top. It came from eBay. You can still buy it. But I got a little bit of a bargain getting a second-hand bottle. Trusted seller as far as the feedback went. So hopefully it's all good. Let's see if we can get into the package. It's always quite hard to concentrate on actually unboxing and talking at the same time, at least if you're me. Seems well wrapped, so thank you so much to the kind person who sent it. Chaotic scenes here as I attempt to get the... Blimey O'Reilly, they've really wrapped this bad boy up. Alright, so no box, and hence they've given a lot of thought to putting bubble wrap on it. Well done to them. And it is this one, guys. It's whoops-a-daisy. It's Eau Sauvage Cologne. Eau Sauvage Cologne from the House of Dior. So if you've watched my channel regularly, my two regular viewers will be familiar that I'm a huge fan of the original Dior Eau Sauvage, a classic 1966 release from the wonderful perfumer Edmund Rudnitska. And I'm lucky enough to have the vintage formula there, and you can see from the orange box in the background where I have a backup bottle that that is the distinctive thing that will tell you it's the old formula with real oak moss and things. Now, this new version, or newer version, Eau Sauvage Cologne, is conceived as an even more fresh flanker to the, of course, rather fresh original. The modern version of Eau Sauvage is still perfectly decent, but lacks a bit of the je ne sais quoi, some of the ingredients not allowed to be used, all that kind of thing. But I won't get into that debate right now. Eau Sauvage, the original, suffice to say, an all-time classic masculine citrus aromatic fragrance. Here we have the Cologne version, a Cologne flanker to the fragrance. And this one was first released. Let's get a little bit of a shot of it there. Trying to get a non-reflective situation. Okay, that'll have to do. So this one first released back in 2015. Your perfumer is, of course, Francois Demarchi, the man who was doing all the fragrances back then for the House of Dior. We'd had Eau Sauvage Parfum, the 2012 version, very, very popular, and the 2017 re-release also. So this Eau Sauvage Cologne taking the fragrance in an even fresher direction. The note listing is Calabrian bergamot, that's my favourite kind of bergamot, grapefruit, mandarin orange, petitgrain, hedione, galbanum, pink pepper, and a vetiver. So let's get this onto a card, as they say. I'm going to use a rolled up dollar bill. I'm just so wealthy. That's how we do it here nowadays. So let's get it on to this dollar bill and see how this bad boy smells. So it seems is it unsprayed? I'm not sure. Okay, whatever. Hope it's real. They had a good rep, the seller. So we've got it on a bit of money there. Oh, yes. Okay. This is a beautifully crisp, citrusy, natural smelling, high quality fragrance. That is so pleasant. It has a lovely bottle design, a lovely magnetic cap. I love what they've done. To me, that is absolutely beautiful. So what you get there is a beautifully crisp eau de cologne style opening. Beautiful bergamot and juicy citrusy accords. The same kind of heady-own, musky, jasmine thing that you do get in Eau Sauvage. And this is absolutely beautiful. They could almost have reformulated Eau Sauvage and called it this. Some people may prefer it to the actual version of Eau Sauvage that you get nowadays in the shop. I'll just spray a little bit on my hand. So I'd highly recommend this one. It's still widely available. I got it on eBay, but you can buy it brand new. It costs a little bit of money. Dior's not so discounted as some of your brands out there. This is high quality stuff. That opening, you really don't smell anything harsh. I got to be honest with you guys. I talked a lot last week about Terre d'Hermès Eau Givrée, the new flanker to Terre d'Hermès. Now, I think Terre d'Hermès is a great fragrance. I think Terre d'Hermès Eau Très Fresh was rather good. This is also really good, but it has a very sharp opening, and it's I'm not quite sure where I am on this one overall. It's really good and interesting, but so far this just leaps out to me, the Eau Sauvage cologne, as a more obviously likable, beautiful, natural smelling scent. I got to be honest, an Eau Givrée, and I don't care about what's new and what's not new, if even this one's been out 7 years or whatever. I'll tell you what, this is absolutely great on first impression. So pick this one up if you want a great summer fragrance from Dior. I really recommend it. People, don't forget code Mr15. Use the link in the description to go to myfragrancesamples.com, where that Mr15 code gets you 15% off site-wide. It is the best place to buy your fragrance samples, I think, in the USA, Canada, and Puerto Rico, run by a great guy, a friend of mine, Mark. Superb site, amazing range of niche and designer scents. Go there, guys. Let's move on to a wristwatch next then. So my new arrival just came last week, is this one here, and this is a fantastic Omega watch. I'm going to take it off the wrist and we'll get a proper look at this bad boy. So Omega, of course, a famous Swiss brand, luxury brand, not anywhere near as expensive as when you try and buy a Rolex, which are really hard to come by unless you want to spend thousands of dollars. This is a now discontinued watch, long since discontinued and unavailable. There we go, guys. Okay, so this is the Omega Seamaster Professional 200-meter water-resistant watch, a quartz watch produced between, I think, 1988 and this line was in production approximately between 1988 and 1994. So we'll try and get a half-decent shot. I'll do some macro shots or whatever they call them. And it has a beautiful dial design. You can see that it's heavily influenced by the Rolex Submariner, if you're familiar with that watch. It's a quartz watch. I'm lucky here because I have the 40mm version. So this has a width across the body of the watch without the crown of 40mm. It also came in a 36mm size, which is a bit diddy, a bit small maybe, for a diver's watch, which tend to be in that 40mm type of side. I'll just show you a smaller watch, which is actually similar, that I used to use in the 36. And if we put them next to each other, we don't see a lot of difference there, actually. Trust me, yeah, you can see there is on the wrist, you'll notice there's a big difference. So this one, probably going to go up for sale, an old Olympic quartz watch. This watch then, let's talk about the most important facts on this watch then. So the quartz movement is an ETA movement, very easy to maintain, very unlikely to go wrong as much as a mechanical movement. We've got a date window there. We've got a beautiful design, but it is a little bit influenced by the Submariner. But the bracelet, absolutely beautiful and unique design, sort of integrated there, so you don't get an end link. So it makes it very difficult to swap it for anything else, but I think it's a masterpiece of design, actually, that bracelet. The dial design I really like. They came with Mercedes hands too. That's the Rolex style trick of having Mercedes hands. They also make them this way with the batons. Beautiful yellow patina there, and with the batons hands there, I think it's less of a rip-off, feels less of a rip-off. The bezel rotates here with a 60-click thing. Very nice action, all very good. Long discontinued, it cost me £750. It's a beautiful, beautiful watch. So happy to have it. I'll show you on the wrist as well in the macro or the other B-roll shots. Lovely stuff. Okay, highly recommended if you can get it. Quartz watch, absolutely under the radar gem, and a great diver's watch that's a real classic Swiss-made watch. Bit different to the Rolex style stuff that's going to cost you, to get a Rolex Submariner is going to cost you £10,000 and upwards. This a great bargain for a vintage classic, okay, if you can forgive it being a quartz watch. Guys, if you're enjoying the video, please don't forget to hit subscribe. It really does help me, and it means you won't miss, hopefully, future videos that I make. And my content is a bit different. You've got to give me that, even if you think it sucks. Now let's talk about a beer. So we're going to talk about one of my favorite go-to beers, and this is Vorsteiner. Vorsteiner beer from Germany, a classic German Pilsner lager. I highly recommend this, guys. You can pick this up in the UK in supermarkets for prices like £2 for this 660ml bottle. So that's a whacking great size, well over a pint. And it is like it's double your average your short can of Budweiser type style that you know. Okay, so the beer is a very, very classic German Pilsner, brewed according to the German purity law of something like 1516. So basically what this means is it doesn't have any adjuncts in it. It doesn't have any things like sugar added. It doesn't have any E numbers. Crucially, it doesn't have things like wheat or rice, maize, which are added to beers like Budweiser, Stella, Foster's to sort of make it a bit easier and cheaper to make them. It's just the water, the yeast, the malt, and the hops. Beautiful, slightly bitter, grassy taste. Very much has got that bitter aftertaste, but no off notes, nothing dodgy in it. Very crisp and clean. I'm sure they use really, really good mineral water or whatever to make it. And an absolute bargain. It's on special offers as well. You can get like 4 for the price of 3. Highly recommended. You can look at the beautiful way that it pours there. If you're looking for a really, really great crisp lager, if you live in the UK, don't be seduced by things like Stella. Certainly don't go and buy Budweiser and Foster's, Australian and American themed lagers that are actually brewed in England. Absolutely appalling. I wouldn't be taken in by stuff like Peroni, Italian. Italian things sound great. They're great at food. They're great at pizza. They're fantastic at wine. Some of their beers are over there, probably really good, but the mass-produced ones that they export over here, or which are probably just made in the UK anyway, Peroni, whatever the other one, Nastro, Azzurro, whatever, they're not, what's it called, Modero, whatever, the ones. They're not that good, I've got to be honest. This far, far better. Right up there with things like Pilsner Urquell, the Czech lager that you can get over here. Right up there. Things like Krombacher that you can get, the other German one. Very similar kind of taste. Veltins, if you ever come across that. For a mass-produced, affordable lager, this is about as good as it gets. Vorsteiner beer, guys. Change your lager game if you like lager. You'll never look back. I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you thought of that in the comments down below. I'll see you in the next video. Remember, whatever you're doing in life, let's project. And sometimes life may stink, but we can always smell good.